Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Morning everyone. Today our group, the first group, would like to present about one of the language teaching methods, namely the grammar translation method, or we can call GTM. Before we begin, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Wildan Nabibul Haq.
My name is Zakina Wisaputra.
My name is Trikanata Ahmad Renaldi with student ID 143.
Okay, we will start the presentation. Me as a moderator and also opening presenter. In this presentation, we will cover several points, including the background of the methods, the goals, the main characters, strengths, weaknesses, and also how to apply it in the classroom with example. Now, let's begin with the background. Okay, the grammar translation method originally came from Germany and it was also called the Prussian method. It became popular around the 1840 until 1940, especially for learning classical languages like Latin and Greek. For the goals can be summarized into 3 points. Number one, to read and understand literature in a foreign language. Number two, to develop mental discipline and intellectual ability. And then number three, uh, not really focus on communication. So this method is not focused for on communication, but more on understanding written text and grammar. In other words, the GTM is designed to strengthen reading and grammar skill rather than speaking or listening. Okay, for the next point, will be presented by my friend Zaki Napis. The time is yours.
Next is main characteristics. Number one, focus on reading and writing, not listening and speaking. Number two, grammar rules. Talk deductively, which means teacher explain the rules and then the student repeats or practice. Number three, translation target language into native language. So it's like the teacher is focused on translating target language to native language and from native language into target language. Number four, vocabulary as memorization, bilingual list, and dictionary study. Number five, sentence as basic unit of teaching. So the teaching focuses on written sentences. Number six, emphasis on accuracy and correctness. So it means like the errors must be avoided and correctness is the goal. Number seven, native language is medium of instruction. Teacher use mother tongue or in other words like native language or first language to explain the target language. Next, strengths. Good for reading classical or literary texts. And number two, easy for teachers to apply. And number three, trains grammar analysis skill. And weaknesses. Number one, ignore speaking and listening skills because this method focus on like writing and reading and focus on grammar rules and any others. And number two, it can frustrate learners, which means like because students too many focuses on memorization and grammar rules, which make only have a little time to use real language on real communication. Number three, boring because memorization and repetitive translation. And last one, not suitable for real communication. Next slide's gonna be presented by Dirka.
Okay, guys, let's move to how to apply in class. For the first, teacher gives a sentence, paragraph, or text by using in English. And the second one is students translate sentence, paragraph, or text to their mother tongue and identify a new vocab. And number three, teacher explain grammar in sentence, paragraph, or text. And the last one, student makes their own sentence with the grammar. Okay, here is an example. For the first one is the English is he works in the garden every morning. And the next stage is we make the students to translate the English to the Indonesian is dia bekerja di taman setiap pagi. And then the student it can identify a new vocabulary like works, Indonesians bekerja, garden, taman, every morning, setiap pagi. And the third stage is student identify a grammar in a sentence. And when you identify a grammar in sentence, you can find the word find the verb first. Di dalam soal dia bekerja di taman setiap pagi, bekerja is a verb. And the second stage is you can identify a time, like every morning, usually, um, always, and others. So when you find some words like that, it is simple present tense. And the third is you can find a subject. When the subject is I, you, they, and we, you can use the verb one. But when the subject is she, he, it, the verb is verb one ses. And here is some exercise for you guys. We go or goes blah 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 to TPR building every night. The subject is we, so we use verb one. So the answer is we go to TPR building every night. Us.
Okay, for the conclusion, the grammar translation method or GTM was very useful in the past for learning classical languages because it focused on grammar, translation, and reading text. However, it doesn't train speaking or listening, so students are not ready to communicate with others, communicate with friends. And that's why today this method is considered less effective and mostly replaced by more modern approaches. That's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Thank
warahmatullahi
you
wabarakatuh.
guys.
Hello.